Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually reviewing the first treatment essence, and this is from Missha in the intensive formula. So this is an essence. If you guys aren't really familiar with essences, it's pretty much adding an extra layer of moisture between like your toner and your serum, or you know, your toner and maybe your night cream or your moisturizer, and it's kind of part of that whole Korean beauty kind of 10-step routine. So for me personally, I've always kind of struggled with acne. I've always kind of dealt with acne on and off, and I have combination skin, so I do have like crazy breakouts that I get, and then I'll have kind of patches of dry skin in various areas of my face, which is kind of obnoxious. But because of that, I was really looking for something that I could add to my skincare routine. So my face wash as well as my night cream both have kind of acne fighting ingredients in them, and so because of that, I feel like, okay, I'm trying to take care of the acne side of things, but for the rest of my face that needed kind of that extra barrier of moisture underneath my night cream and my jojoba oil that I wear during the day, I thought Essence would probably be a great choice, just because I was looking for something that was very lightweight, something that would actually very, very deeply moisturize my skin and not just sit on top of it like other heavy creams and moisturizers can do, something that wasn't, you know, full with oil and chemicals and a bunch of stuff like that. So I started looking to essences. My friend, as I said, told me about this, and so I figured, you know, I would just go pick it up. So here it says that it's soothing, smoothing, it balances sebum levels, it's moisturizing, improving skin tone, firming, wrinkle repairing, and boosting. I mean, it says that it balances sebum levels, so I did see a decrease in my acne, but I don't really think it helps with that. But it definitely improved my skin tone. It definitely gave me like a brighter and more even skin tone. I mean, I don't really have wrinkles, so I couldn't really tell you there, but it definitely gave my skin like a boost. It was more firm, it was more supple, so it definitely helped with that. And this contains fermented yeast extract, so it's 80%, so that's quite a lot. There's other essences that are kind of on the market that say that they have yeast extract and that sort of thing, but the percentages are really, really low, or you just see a bunch of other chemicals mixed in there and kind of the yeast somewhere in the middle or at the bottom. When you put it on your face, it kind of smells a little bit like beer, so just be aware of that. I've been using this for about 2 weeks, so I feel like, you know, I can definitely give an honest review about it after that amount of time. I've used it every single day, and for the majority of those 2 weeks, I used it twice a day actually, except for when I was sick this past week or so, I used it once a day. So I still used it every single day. It's just for the majority of that time, I used it twice a day, except for those, you know, few days when I was sick. So one of the things that I noticed right off the bat is when I put it on my face, it felt very, very refreshing. It didn't feel super oily or greasy or anything like that. It's actually, it almost feels like water at first when it goes on your face, and then as I started to kind of pat it in, I noticed that it was kind of tacky. So that was a little weird at first. I really wasn't used to that, but I was just glad to see it kind of absorbing into my skin and not just like sitting on my skin as a super thick, oily layer. So I was really happy with that. In the first day, I didn't really see any difference. It wasn't until maybe around the, I would say mid-second day, or actually in the evening on the second day when I went to wash my face and did my whole little routine over again, that I noticed that my skin actually felt, you know, more even. It felt more supple, it felt softer, and it kind of had this dewy glow to it. And I felt for people like me that have very oily or combination skin, it is so hard to kind of get that dewy look without looking greasy or oily, just because it's like our skin, you know, it's very, very prone to acne, and a lot of times it creates a lot of extra sebum, you know, a lot of extra oil on its own. So I was really excited to see that, you know, my skin actually looked glowy and dewy and radiant and not just like greasy. So I really, really liked that about the product. Now my friend said when she used it every day, she actually saw, you know, certain pimples that she had either kind of disappear or start to fade. I didn't really notice that all that much. One thing that I did notice though was, you know, as my pimples started to kind of fade down from me using the acne fighting products, that the essence actually helped to kind of heal that skin a little bit, as well as kind of brighten it and give it kind of like a soft and less noticeable look to it. So that's something that I did really, really like about this. It's definitely not like an acne fighting product. It's definitely not meant for all of that. But as far as the texture of my skin, the look of my skin, it looked softer, it looked more smooth and more even. My pore size looked less noticeable, which I absolutely love, because if you have oily skin, you know sometimes your pores can literally look like craters on your face. So I really loved that it allowed my face to kind of like have a more even and smooth tone to it. So that was really, really good. That was probably the biggest thing that I noticed over 2 weeks. So I'll actually insert clips and pictures, you know, before and after here. So as you can kind of see in the photos before and after, a lot of that kind of scarring that I had on my face, a lot of that kind of dullness and unevenness in my pores, you can kind of see that being smoothed out a little bit. You can kind of see, you know, my pigmentation and kind of like discoloration in my face start to kind of brighten and lighten a little bit. So I really loved that. I definitely will be buying this in the future. I definitely will be purchasing this. And not to mention, if you guys want to try it, do not forget I'm doing my 1K giveaway this week. If you watched the video that I posted before this one, I'm going to link it in here. You can actually enter that giveaway, and I'm giving away a full-size bottle of the Time Revolution First Treatment Essence by Missha. So I'm giving away a full-size bottle of this, as well as if you were my second place winner, you are going to get this same treatment essence, but it's going to be in a sheet mask form. So Missha actually has face masks as well, and they're more higher end, like luxury face masks are pretty much like this treatment, and they're really intensive formulas. Now, how much does it retail for? I managed to get mine on Amazon. There was a seller that had like a bunch in bulk. You really have to check those, by the way, because there are people selling knockoffs of this. So, you know, I researched, made sure that this, you know, the seller that I got it from was legit and everything, for a cheaper price than it is online and at the actual Missha store itself, and even at Target. But it's still not, you know, super cheap. I think mine was like maybe 28, 30 bucks, something around there. And if you have Amazon Prime, you get the shipping for free, so that's always important. So if you get it at Target, it is actually $49. So not super cheap, but I mean, if you're not an Amazon Prime member or you don't shop online, then you can always go and pick it up at Target if you just make sure that they have it in stock. I think on the Missha website, it's around the same price, like $49 or something like that. So definitely not super cheap, but at the same time, definitely cheaper than the SK2, which is, like I said, over $100. And I mean, this is a pretty good sized bottle. Like, if you think about it, they said on the packaging that you can put it on a cotton ball and just rub it on your face. But for me personally, I decided to just kind of pour it in my hand and kind of pat it on my face. I've seen some YouTubers do that, and I actually really like that. I feel like you waste a lot less product because it's not absorbing into your cotton pads or your cotton balls. But at the same time, I really like being able to kind of pat it into my skin and really knowing when it's dry and when it's tacky and when it's absorbed. And me just doing that over 2 weeks, like I've literally only used about that much. So, I mean, my friend said that when she buys this size bottle, it lasts her for a couple months. And that honestly does make a lot of sense because, I mean, this is me using it for 2 weeks and I still have the majority of the bottle left. It costs a lot at first up front, but it really lasts you for a long time, so you get a lot of bang for your buck. So I would definitely say, you know, buying it is worth it just to even try it out. So I have on no makeup today just to be able to kind of show you guys, you know, how bright and how dewy my skin has been since I've started using it about 2 weeks ago. So I mean, as you guys can see, I still have, you know, some breakouts and stuff here or there, but for the most part, like, my skin brighter, it's more dewy, it's more just glowy and radiant, and you know, I just really love the way that it looks and the way that it kind of reflects light. It kind of gives you more of a healthy and youthful look, which I love. As well as, oh, here's one thing that I noticed about using this stuff that I absolutely love. Okay, when I use this as kind of like my makeup primer, like instead of me using primer or whatever, I'll wash my face, do my rose water, you know, my toner, all that other stuff, and then I'll put this on, and this actually kind of has like a tacky feel to it, but it makes your face kind of more even. I'll put my makeup on, my foundation on over this, and I'll use a sponge. And honestly, that, like, when I was doing that with my makeup, it's the most flawless application of my foundation, of my liquid foundation, that I've had, you know, with any of my other primers. And when I was applying it with my essence, it gave me the most like even, dewy, soft, almost like airbrushed look, but without looking super greasy, which I absolutely loved. So I would say that this product, I highly recommend it. I love it. I'm going to put different links to it depending if you're an Amazon person or a Target person. I'm just going to put a bunch of links below so that you guys can find this. And again, if you want to win this, I'm going to be giving away a full-size bottle of this in my 1K giveaway. And if you're second prize runner-up, you know, my second place winner, you're gonna get this in a sheet mask form, so make sure you guys enter that. The contest will be ending at the end of this week. So also, not to mention, you guys, if you want to ask me any questions about, you know, just myself or YouTube or whatever, I'm going to be answering those questions in my Q&A when I do the giveaway. So yeah, any questions you may have about, you know, things that I've done or jobs that I've had or my music or whatever else, put those comments put those questions in the comment section below, and then I'll add the link up here or at the end of this video for you guys to be able to enter my 1K giveaway. So like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.